Yo, 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 I'm back again. This is just boxing. Oh man. We're a day, one day closer, man. Saturday is the big day, and I'm so excited. I'm on Boxing News 24 again, checking out this interview by Chris Williams about Oscar De La Hoya said I feel bad for Crawford. He won't go to the Hall of Fame. Um Oscar De La Hoya says top-ranked promoter Bob Arum needs to stop salivating over Saul Canelo Alvarez and start worrying about his own fighter, Terence Crawford. The De La Hoya says he feels sorry for the 32-year-old WBO welterweight champion, Terence Crawford, because he probably would never uh, go to the Hall of Fame due to Arum's inability to get him significant fights. Crawford has been a pro since 2008, and the best name on his 11-year resume is tiny lightweight Eucarius Gamboa, who Terrence beat 5 years ago in 2014. I told y'all. I said this. I said this in my other video, in my last video. I said this. This guy has nobody on his resume that would skyrocket him to the Hall of Fame. The only reason he'll get into the Hall of Fame is because he went undisputed at 140. That's the only reason, man. Because his resume is garbage. But anyway, let me continue reading. That's the only name on his resume, and there's no one on the horizon for him to fight. Bob Arum talks about wanting to match Crawford against IBF welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. in 2020, but many boxing fans see this as a sad pipe dream. Spence isn't going to cross the street to fight Crawford because he's with a different promoter and a different network. Well, I disagree with that. One thing that Errol Spence has continued to say, and he's been saying for a long time, he said he wants to be undisputed. He said he's gonna fight A, B, and C, then he's gonna fight Crawford. And I don't care what no fan has to say. I don't care what no professional fighter has to say. That man has been doing everything he said that he was going to do. Matter of fact, he just said in the interview recently, I think he did an interview with Fight Hype, and he said he was speaking about the same thing. And then he said in another interview, he said he has options. He said if the fight with Terence Crawford, if the fight with Pacquiao can't be made, he'll fight Terence Crawford. If that fight can't be made, he said he has options. So I don't agree with that part from Oscar De La Hoya, but I do understand what Oscar De La Hoya is saying. By no means, I'm not a cheerleader for Oscar De La Hoya. I was a fan of him inside of the ring, but but the things he do on the outside of the ring is hey, that's his business. Ain't none of my business. But he said I think I bit my tongue 9 times holding it back. This is De La Hoya. This fight was going to be non-existent a few days ago, but you have to have a lot of patience, said De La Hoya, about the Canelo versus Alvarez, about the Canelo versus Sergey Kovalev fight. A boxer and a promoter is like a marriage. You have your little scuffles here and there, and you have your little traps, but he wins, I win, and she wins, I win, or whatever. And at the end of the day, you love each other, and that's what boxing is. It's a sport where you have your ups and your downs, you bite your tongue, and you have to have a lot of patience. Like I said, we have a huge target on our backs. Ain't nobody understanding you. Everybody wants a piece of us. You just have to be strategic and be smarter than them. Bob Arum, he was fantasizing over Canelo. Yeah, he was. He's salivating over him, right? He has Terence Crawford. What is he doing for him? He has Terence Crawford. What is he doing for him? And that's what I don't understand, bro. Bob Arum has Terence Crawford. And I'm a fan. And I'm looking from, I'm on the outside looking in. And as a fan, you have Terence Crawford as everybody say is the best fighter in the world. And he's on a platform like ESPN. ESPN is a around the clock sports media giant. And he's still not being promoted worth a crap. Matter of fact, he's number 3 or number 4 on his own network. Shakur Stevenson is getting ready to surpass him. If Teofimo Lopez beat Richard Carme, he will surpass him. Terrence Crawford is getting ready to fight a guy he goes by the nickname of the Mean Machine, Mean Green, or whatever. It's ridiculous, bro. But it's interesting that De La Hoya says that Arum is salivating over Saul Canelo Alvarez. De La Hoya makes it clear during the interview that Canelo, which is 29, isn't going to be leaving Team Golden Boy Promotions anytime soon. That sounds like Canelo might be locked into a long-term contract that would be bad news for Arum, because it won't be worth it for him to walk. It won't be worth it for him to wait 4 to 5 years for Canelo contract with Golden Boy to expire. But then Canelo would likely be shot and nowhere near the fighter he is today. Man, Canelo, I don't see Canelo fighting too much longer. Canelo been fighting a very long time. And I don't see him fight too much. At 29 years, man, they beating the brakes out of that guy. But Bob Arum would get an important chess piece if he could sign Canelo. Man, he has a significant chess piece right now in Terrence Crawford. He just don't know how to promote him. Or is it he don't want to promote him? Because we have seen this here before. We talking about the same guy who had Floyd Mayweather Jr., who was fighting on undercards of who? The likes of Oscar De La Hoya. But everybody knew that Floyd Mayweather Jr. was a better fighter than Oscar De La Hoya. Everybody knew it. I'm speaking from a fan's point of view. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm a fan of this sport. I've been watching boxing for 31 years. So I'm a fan of this sport. And I have seen a lot. I've seen a lot of people come. I've seen a lot of fighters go. I've seen a lot of fighters being messed over, like my people being messed over in this sport. And the things that was done to Floyd Mayweather Jr. and other boxers like him is ridiculous. I'm not saying that Caucasian fighters haven't been mistreated. And I'm not saying that other Mexican fighters had not been treated. But I'm gonna speak on about what my people has been through and what Terrence Crawford is going. And what Terrence Crawford is going through over there at Top Rank and ESPN. It's a travesty for a fighter as himself to be the 4th option at that platform. It's ridiculous. But Canelo is one of those fighters that excels due to his hand speed. Those types of fighters struggle when their speed goes, and that soon could be his debt. Well, not really. I mean, Floyd Mayweather. I mean, it didn't doom Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather wasn't doomed as he got older. He had great hand speed. Those types of fighters struggle when their speed goes, and that soon could be his destiny. Canelo might have another 5 years at best before he loses and few notches with his hand speed. Once that happens, he could be another Roy Jones Jr. Man, don't even compare him to Roy Jones Jr. That's a disgrace. And the reason Roy Jones Jr. all that his decline happened is when he moved up to heavyweight. Man, stop it, bro. It's doubtful Aaron would want Canelo then, but you never know. He's doing a wonderful job with the soft matchmaking he's done with heavyweight Tyson Fury's side. If you want to call that a great job, after that 3,877 tickets sold, man, he's not doing a great job. That's garbage, man. Get up out of here, bro. But Arum hasn't done a lot with Crawford in terms of matching him against big names. If he were to get his hands on Canelo, one can only imagine the type of fights he'll be setting him up with year after year. These would be some of the logical fights Arum would make for Canelo. Ryota Murata, Rob Brandt, Jesse Hart, Gilberto Ramirez, Carlos Adamans. I don't know why they put Terrence Crawford in there. Sergey Kovalev rematch, Oscar Landed Guvic, and Arthur Benavidez. Excuse me if I ruined that guy's last name. And it's just boxing. I just wanted to share that article. Just share my thoughts. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get notifications, and I'm out. Peace.